Demand. First, the battle over sharing music online. In April of this year, the recording industry began suing individual file swappers for copyright infringement. And this week, a new bill was proposed in Congress that could get users 5 years in jails and, get this, a $250,000 fine. This for uploading a single file over peer-to-peer network. And for those digital James Deans who aren't worried about the courts or Congress, there are also anti-pirates who may be after you. And, well, today the Recording Industry Association of America won 871 subpoenas against individual users who share files over peer-to-peer networks. This is the next step in the RIAA's promise to go after file sharers. But P2P networks themselves, more like Kazaa and Morpheus and iMesh, are not illegal. The founders of those sites say dialogue is what is needed rather than legislation and lawsuits. Now, Elan Oren, CEO of iMesh, joins us now from Jerusalem. We appreciate you coming in today. And am I getting that right? Is it iMesh?
Good evening, Sean, from Jerusalem. Can you repeat the question, please?
Am I saying the name of the company right? It is iMesh, correct?
Yes, it is. It's
okay.
iMesh.
Okay, walk us, I'm sorry, go ahead. Now, do you believe that, I understand that you say that you don't support piracy, but tell me why what your company does doesn't foster that kind of changing of files.
Well, iMesh doesn't have any control over what the users do. We don't have any control over any of the files. Beside the original files that do exist on iMesh, iMesh distributes original files very successfully, mainly for the gaming industry. So we actually proved that it is possible to convert users to purchase the original content when it is available. The main problem with most of the file sharing systems is that most of the original content is not made available to our users, and they are left with maybe pirating those files.
Well, Elan, pick up on that and tell me what you think P2P's role is in stopping this kind of illegal exchange. And we apologize for the delay. You are overseas, but just bear with us.
Well, I think the responsibility is a mutual responsibility of the file sharing companies and the industry itself. We can't do this ourselves. In order for us to assist the industry in reducing piracy, we need to have the original content. We can't force our users to abandon our systems without giving them the opportunity or the choice to choose from the original file. Currently, the original file is not on our systems. So it's like impossible for us to assist the industry. iMesh consistently, since 2000, tried to open a dialogue with the RIAA, with the record industry, with the movie industry to find solutions. But this didn't result in anything. We didn't get any response from the other side. The only response, it seems to us, well, if you historically you look at this, historically the industry never wanted to put digital media on the internet. They were actually forced to do this by the file sharing companies, by Napster and iMesh that started this in 1999. Later on, when Napster was announced illegal because it had a centralized server, the only thing that happened is that file sharing companies resorted into a decentralized system, and now we're not liable anymore. But it makes no sense to prevent from over 100 million users of file sharing systems the ability to access the original content. You can pursue and chase the users for doing illegal trading of stuff if you give them the choice of the legal content. And that is not being available on file sharing systems.
Okay, now if that isn't available and more subpoenas, more government activity comes out there, and more anti-pirate companies come up, can't this have a chilling effect on companies like iMesh that are out there?
I think that the only thing we're going to see, which will really not help anybody, especially not the industry, is, like the virus and the antivirus and the hacker and the firewall. We're just going to put prevention measures so people like Andy can't trace our users. But that's not going to help anybody. I think the only thing that companies like us and I think the other file sharing systems, we're willing to work with the industry, the RIAA, in order to prevent, to minimize the amount of piracy that's on our networks. I would like to add another fact which is very important. Everybody's talking about piracy on the internet. But the fact of the matter is that 30% of the plastic world is still pirated. It's not only the internet that's being pirated. Digital media is very hard to protect. It's going to be very hard to protect on the internet. It's probably going to be even harder to protect on the internet.
Yeah, but talking about that is
a
much sexier topic, though, Elan. We are out of time. We greatly appreciate you coming in tonight to our bureau. Elan Oren, the CEO of iMesh.com. Thanks very much. Best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.